Welcome to today's webinar. Get ready for compliance, ensure accuracy, and avoid filing season errors. My name is William. I'll be your host. I'm a Tax Bandits customer support specialist, and our other host, Desmond. He will be answering the live Q&A at the end of the webinar today. Today's topics, we will explore training your team members, collecting and verifying information, and uploading that information to your filing system. With training your team members, we'll do a little refresher. The W-2 is provided to wage-earning recipients, also known as employees. This is anybody that has been employed by your company, and they'll typically have withholding for federal, Social Security, Medicare taxes, maybe more such as SUTA, FUTA for federal unemployment and state unemployment. And you also may be required to file these with your state. These are specifically for employees and anybody that has been employed during the tax year or is still currently employed with your company during the tax year. Next, we'll do a 1099 refresher. 1099s are provided to payment earning recipients, also known as contractors. This is typically an individual or company, and they will provide a W-9 with their information. That can include their name, TIN, and tax classification. 1099s report payments made to contractors or other companies for services rendered. This is not the same as an employee who is working on behalf of your company or under your company name. This would be a contractor or another company providing a service to your company. You also may be required to file these with your state. Next, you'll want to collect and verify your information. Make sure that you collect and organize your W-9s to avoid any rejected filings or any errors that may occur with submitting 1099s. Collect and organize your W-4s and make sure that you have updated information for the employees, and also reach out to former employees. Make sure you have any updated information and establish a contact. We'll discuss more of this in the upcoming slides. Collect and organize your W-9s for 1099 contractors. Reach out to anybody who has not submitted a W-9. Ensure all W-9s that are collected have the most current information. Make sure any W-9s that are collected that you update the information if anything has changed. This will help to avoid any filing errors with the IRS. The IRS has a status for 1099s known as accepted with errors, and we'll go over some reasons that come up with that status. Collect and organize the W-9s with the accepted with errors status. This status is provided by the IRS to acknowledge that you made the filings, but certain recipient information is not matching with their records. Typically, the errors that come with this are in regards to the TIN or the name. There's a mismatch with that within the IRS system with the form that you filed. So for example, this could include a wrong TIN type, using an EIN when it should have been an SSN, Social Security number, using a DBA name instead of a legal name. This could also include not using the complete name. So for example, if it's Will's Windows LLC, but you filed as Will's Windows, that could be grounds for receiving an accepted with error status. Using nicknames or abbreviations, saying Manny instead of Emmanuel, or name changes, whether it's due to marriage or if a company changes their name, that should be updated also with the IRS. Next, we'll move on to collecting and verifying information and organizing the W-4s for your W-2 employees. Make sure you have updated your information for your current employees and check in with them about any changes. For example, marriage and name changes, address changes, or withholding information changes. A lot of this is really important in regards to reporting the correct information to the IRS or the SSA, and making sure that the distribution to your recipients is sent to the correct locations. This way you can maintain compliance with IRS and SSA guidelines and ensure that you've done your part and won't have any fees or any penalties that come from that. Not only just reaching out to your current employees and checking in with them, but reach out to any former employees. This also would apply to any contractors you might have worked with in the past during this tax year, but make sure that anybody who's been employed or paid according to the federal thresholds that will need a W-2 or 1099 as well is contacted. Ensure that you have their most current information in case anything has changed. Again, businesses can change their information, people get married and update their last names. You want to make sure that you have all of the updated information and most recent information. You may also want to send them a reminder if anything has changed to make sure that they've got everything situated with the IRS or SSA for their records. Next, we'll move on to uploading the information. We'll go over entering and updating the information, confirming your communication channels, and practicing within your system. With entering and updating the information, you'll want to start that as soon as possible for all recipients. Ensure that the updated information is entered and you've got everything: TINs, names, and addresses. As we've discussed before, a lot of this will be important in mitigating any errors or issues with the IRS or SSA when filing. Also, addresses, again, very important for your distribution requirements. Having your recipients in the system will allow for a smoother filing process that will let you have everything entered. So all you have to do is pick and choose people rather than having to manually enter everything right when it's closer to filing season and you want to be done with everything. Confirming your communication channels is also extremely important. You want to make sure that your team is connected and your recipients are connected as well. Make sure that you and your staff have access to your filing system, and anyone on your staff is helping you file has the correct level of access for their role. This way you can ensure that nobody is seeing information that they shouldn't or is not doing anything that they shouldn't be doing within your filing system. Ensure you can communicate with your recipients as well. This can be in your filing system, or if you already have an established work portal, that could be through there as well. Having this portal already established with your recipients will allow you to communicate with them more effectively and ensure that everything is secure and you have all of your information together. Practicing with your system as well is extremely important. Familiarity with processes reduces resistance to updates or new tools. Work with your team to ensure everyone knows how to properly operate your filing system. It's extremely important to know how to enter the information, not only just with your recipients, but also with the forms as well. Testing your workflow from end to end will ensure that you have all of your team prepared and ready for the filing season. Checking with them about any questions, practice with test information, look for shortcuts in your system so everybody knows how to update their information and the recipient information, and update any forms as they continue with the filing flow. All right, thank you so much for joining us today. Join us next time, and we hope you have a great day.